Hello and welcome to Neo-Geo Pocket Classics. It's been a while since I put out one of these videos, but I thought it's definitely time to return to the NGPC. In this installment, I'm talking about the King of Fighters Round 1, which was released in 1998 as one of the original black and white titles for the original Neo-Geo Pocket. Before the Neo-Geo Pocket Color was released, in Japan only, the Neo-Geo Pocket was released, a system that was essentially like the Game Boy, black and white, and, had better graphics than what the Game Boy could do, and it was Neo Geo's first handheld. That system never made it out of Japan, and a year later, in 1999, it was replaced by the Neo Geo Pocket Color. And the Pocket Color was basically the update. It just added color. Same hardware, same everything, just color. So anyway, in this first installment, I'm going to be talking about King of Fighters R-1, which was best compared to, say, the Game Boy versions of King of Fighters 95 and the King of Fighters 96. As you quickly see, compared to those, this is an even better version of the portable King of Fighters than those versions were, and those versions were quite good. So, let's go to beginner mode, since I'm not that great at this game. And we're going to choose our three-person team. Well, we'll go with Athena, Mai, and Yuri. Alright. Choose our order. Go with that. While this might not look like anything much today, you gotta keep in mind, this was 1998, and at the time, portable gaming had never seen anything like this. This was a fighter that was, pretty on terms with what maybe like a console could produce. You saw definitely this type of thing better on the Neo Geo Pocket than the Game Boy or Game Gear or any other portable handheld. The game lacks color, but it doesn't lack imagination in the sprites, because these sprites look fantastic, and they animate very fluidly, and man, this is a good-looking game. Of course, the Neo Geo Pocket Color would go on to be known for its fighting games, because of course it's SNK. And this sort of chibi art style, where using the big heads and sort of the elongated limbs, would be, mainly the main art style used for pretty much all of the Neo Geo's future fighting games on the portable system. That said, it's still a great look, and some of these sprites are, man, I just love these sprites. Obviously it was done for resolution issues, as they wanted the characters to be as expressive as possible when you could had a very limited screen size to deal with. And it made sense, the Game Boy had smaller sprites, but those sprites were still expressive, but not as expressive as these. The music is... it's alright. It's nothing fantastic, but it's not terrible either. It's interesting to note that the Neo Geo Pocket Color had the exact same audio processor as the Game Boy. So, in terms of Neo Geo versus Game Boy, it could produce exactly the same music. So, the quality of the music didn't come down to the hardware, it came down to the composer. Some of these tracks are really good, and some of them are more forgettable. Much like anything you'd see on the Game Boy. The thing to keep in mind about the Neo Geo Pocket is that it only has two face buttons, just like the Game Boy. So when you're working with a fighting game, you can you generally have, you know, a whole bunch of buttons to work with, but here you just got, you know, the your basic punches and kicks, and then of course your click stick to work with. Alright, I'm gonna go with Yuri next, and then we'll go with Athena and Maya as last. Despite, or maybe it's because of the limited buttons on the system, combos are very easy to pull off. It's very easy to basically do any move that you want. The game kind of controls like a Street Fighter game in that way, as opposed to most of the SNK fighters on, you know, the real Neo Geo hardware. King of Fighters R-1 definitely holds up as a title that is just as fun to play today as it was the day it was released. You know, as I play this, I can't help but feel like I'm controlling Sakura from Street Fighter 3, or Street Fighter Alpha 3, I should say. Yuri doesn't really control like a King of Fighters character, she controls like a Street Fighter character. And I don't see that as a bad thing at all. Definitely the opposite. So funny how far my kicks go when I pick, you know, because it's super deformed art style. Much like Capcom would do, SNK would later recycle these sprites for a good number of the other King of Fighters games on the system. You know, but they of course just would add color to them, and they'd be suddenly somehow different. Same order again. Though it was released in 1998, this is probably based upon the King of Fighters 97. Many of the locales and the characters that were introduced in Athena's look at this time, you know, still giving her the sort of magical girl look as opposed to the sailor suit. She's not wearing a sailor fuku here. My name is Kim. I am very manly. Because I have such a manly name. I know, it's probably like Chinese or something, I don't know. You know, usually you think Kim, you think Kimberly, but whatever. Asians have names that sometimes are a bit different. Bam. These got a pretty cool attack. That was pretty neat. State the obvious a little bit more. Oh, did it again. There we go. Dang it. Nipponichi. Oh, dang it. Well, alright, well I think that will do it for this video, so thanks for watching guys. If you have any requests for Neo-Geo Pocket Color games you'd like me to cover in the future, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, and also be sure to click that like button because that lets me know to make more of these kind of videos for people who want to see these things. So if you want me to cover more Neo-Geo Pocket Color games, the best way to do it is to click that like button. So anyway, thanks for watching guys. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below, like I said before, and I'll see you guys next time.